You know, in catching up with, we get the opportunity, because of the title, to do exactly that. We're with Matt Horton. We spent a little bit of time with Matt last year at the ACT Expo in Anaheim. Matt is the founding CEO of Voltera, Voltera being one of several companies that are trying to build out the infrastructure, the early infrastructure really,
Yep.
for electrification. Um, it seems like it's been a really busy year.
It has been an incredibly busy year. Last year, you caught us. We weren't quite a year old as an independent company, and this last year has been incredibly busy. We've put a lot of capital to work, over $150 million in new projects. We now have 21 projects across the country under development. And really, one of our highlights was we opened this site here down near the Port of Long Beach, one of the largest truck charging yards of its kind in North America, serving up to 200 trucks a day with 65 fueling positions. So that was definitely a big highlight for us. We've been really busy, growing a lot. We're over 75 people now at the company, and continue to grow.
Awesome. Energizing these installations is still got to be the heavy lift of this work. How did you manage to get your energy for such a large project as the one behind us?
Yeah, it is one of the biggest parts of this process, and to do it, you have to spend a lot of time working with great utility partners. And in this case, we worked with SoCal Edison. They were a fantastic partner. Worked through some a very complex and challenging site, but we were able to bring this one on to full power just a couple months ago. And our total time on the project until we could get our customers in here was about 18 months. So very quickly.
I was going to say,
as
that's
these things
very
go.
quick.
It was.
We continue to hear, and here at Expo, it continues to be one of the big issues, which is infrastructure. Because and I hate chicken and the egg, but you know what really is. I mean, some of these OEMs said they overbuilt in terms of what's really available, for people to buy and that kind of thing. We have seen a bit of a slowdown, but we're also hearing here that it might be just a blip, that it's going to pick up again. Maybe not a true hockey stick,
Yeah.
but it's going to come back. I guess I also want to understand, Matt. You worked very closely with Enride. You kind of both. Dueling press releases, but I seem to think you both did one.
Yeah. So the timing of these investments is important. It's hard to get it perfectly right. We talked about the chicken and the egg. We've decided as a business, and our business model is designed to let us go out and build early. So we're trying to get ahead of the market demand, make sure that we've got infrastructure available when the vehicles do really start to roll out in large numbers. And you mentioned Enride. They're a fantastic partner of ours, working closely with them and others like them to understand their needs, their timing, when they're going to need capacity, so that we can make smart investments. And again, with lead times of 18 to 24 months typically, we have to start that process pretty early. So we tell customers it's never too early to start working with your partners to plan out your infrastructure. And again, in the case with Enride, a great partner to work with on this site.
So, Matt, one of the things that happened during the pandemic was we saw this backup of ships waiting at Long Beach, of Los Angeles. One of the things that I think happened from that was that some cargo, anyway, moved to the east. Savannah, Jacksonville, places like that. You were anyway, California focused in the beginning. What's happening now geographically with your business?
Yeah. So we have made a real effort over the last couple of years to invest into markets outside of California. As one example, a couple of weeks ago was in the Port of Savannah to receive some funding from the Federal Highway Administration for a large project we're planning there to support the Port of Savannah. We definitely believe that there's a lot of demand and a lot of need outside of California. So we are investing heavily into other markets as well. You talked about the chicken and egg dilemma. We're definitely investing in some of these markets early, where there are now just beginning to be conversations about electrification. But we think the timing is right to start to make those investments now.
Okay. Let me get you out of here on this one. It's hydrogen. One of the reasons we got together last year was you had just announced that you were going to basically site hydrogen at Voltera locations for Nikola specifically. What's the update on that?
Yeah, I'd be glad to talk about it. So it's amazing, a year's gone by already, but we acquired our first property for that program. We are, like everybody in the industry, kind of watching to see the adoption, the uptake, make investments when they make sense in permanent infrastructure. Nikola's done a really nice job with their mobile fueling of demonstrating where the demand is going to be as they sell more trucks. And so we're closely watching to see what the uptake is on the fueling at those mobile sites.
So you actually committed a fair amount of your finances to do this, but right now one, and then on the way to some others, or you're just on a
Yeah, right now
wait and see?
we're buying up a bunch of property that's great truck property that would be applicable for hydrogen, for EV charging. We are long term taking a kind of fuel neutral approach and listening to what customers are interested in. And we hear from customers that they're in many cases going to need both hydrogen and battery electric in their fleets. So like everybody, we're watching the customers and seeing where that volume is going to go.
Yeah. Matt, thanks so much for the catch up. Really good to see you.
Great to see you as well.